Courtney Rowland here with Mark Passwaters here at Kyle Field after a Texas A&M 41-20 win over UAB. A good solid win tonight. Kellen Mond looked very impressive out there. Travion Williams always looks impressive, but especially the special teams, and that's definitely going to need to be clicking compared to next week when LSU comes in town.
Well, outside of Seth Small missing that one field goal, I thought it was about as good a special teams performance as I've ever seen. You take a look at it, Braden Mann breaks the record for 60-yard punts. The coverage teams were outstanding. Even on the 60-yard punt, there was almost no return. You have a forced fumble, return for a touchdown. Small did hit 2 field goals. Rashad Paul had a very nice return late in the first half. I mean, they did everything extremely well. Special teams in this case was very special.
The one thing that looked concerning to me, I don't know about you, and was mentioned in the press conference, was the secondary. They seemed to be getting quite a few long drives. There were just too many drives down the field. Like Coach Fisher said, way too many yards on them.
Yeah, it's a big problem. They were horrible again tonight. You take a look at it, that was the number 96 passing offense in the country coming in here, and they torched A&M secondary. They had nothing on the ground essentially, but they still ended up moving the ball up and down the field, and that's a big problem. I mean, LSU statistically is worse than UAB when it comes to throwing the football, but the fact of the matter is they've been terrible for years, and they've still moved the ball at will on A&M secondary. Getting Miles Jones back helped, but they've got to play a whole lot better next week if they're going to win that football game. Like Travion Williams said, schematically, they set up well for LSU. The problem is LSU has come out, thrown the ball all over the lot on them, and they haven't been able to retaliate or come back once they've gotten behind.
Right. And the one positive side to the secondary not being all that standoutish was Marcus Banks mentioned last week how he noticed that they weren't standing out too well. He was again watching the game again tonight, so hopefully he noticed that quite again, as Kenyon Green was pointing it out to him. Let's talk about LSU. They have A&M's number.
Yes.
Six-game winning streak. Is that it?
Yeah, every time that we've played them since they've come into the SEC.
6-game winning streak, but whoever wins this game next weekend will come in second in the SEC West. Can the Aggies finally do it this year?
Yes. You take a look at things, they're still run first. A&M, if they had held UAB to about 15 fewer yards, they're the number 1 rushing defense in the country. They're going to come in at number 2. Okay, that's not too bad. LSU is not running the ball as well as they have in the past. Joe Burrow is efficient, but they still don't throw the ball overly well. Their defense is not as good as what we're used to in the front 7. Their secondary is excellent. Their corners are great. It's kind of like the exact opposite of what A&M is. Where A&M's secondary is terrible, but their front 7 is extremely good. If Otero Alaka is back and they're worried about a concussion, then A&M is positioned well defensively. They've got to do something with the secondary. A&M is going to probably run the football on LSU, and that's what they need to do. They need to control the clock, run the football, basically win a physical kind of game, and that is something that they have not done. Let's face it, they've only been in one game against LSU where they had a shot, and that was 2012. That was the only time where they actually played physical football. They've got beaten up every other time. So that's what they got to do. They've got to come out there. They've got to get physical with LSU, run the football, keep Travion Williams on his hot streak, and then they got a shot to win it.
Well, tune in to Aggie Yell this week. Happy early Thanksgiving to everyone from Mark and I and all of Aggie Yell. We'll have a lot coming up for the LSU game. We'll have recruit reactions from this game and also an impressive list for next weekend for LSU. Mark Passwaters, Courtney Rowland, Rivals.com.